made the most sense to us because it allows for really a la carte solutions depending on what it is that your workflow needs.
Optimizing workflows, removing mundane tasks, doing more volume, scaling, trying things out.
Whether it's classic transcoders like Amberfin to process those, or working with you guys to stand up new ones like Colorfront, but also other technologies that maybe we weren't necessarily looking to at the time when we started this process.
You're able to try new tools and see how they work, and if they're quicker, you're able to try new business deals, and it's not you can figure out the financial numbers in order to try it, and then do the math problem to say, okay, we can fulfill this really quickly, and it makes it easier to allow your media to get to a wider array of places.
We're dipping our toe in fast channels and servicing new platforms, things like that would have been not as easy to if there was an on-prem type infrastructure.
I had this idea of how we could make this possible, and working with our teams and engineers, we all got on the same page and figured out a really efficient way to build this new supply chain for platform deliveries and broadcast deliveries.
You can let the engineering minds kind of run wild and say, what if we did like this, or what if we do this, making efficiencies and automation, but also moving the media around.
From a project standpoint, we can move quicker, right? So now we look at our supply chain, how we leverage applications. We don't need to build to every specific integration within that application. We can leverage some of those existing integrations, and we get to focus then on our managed service to our customers.
Oh man, all these solutions are already in place, and those weren't even things that were on our checklist when we first, were evaluating Rally.
Sales teams have previously maybe been in a position where they go out and sell blindly. And they'll say, I've cut a deal and I'm going to deliver this entire series in Latin America, and it's got to be all dubbed in Spanish. And then only to find out 3 weeks later that the ops team comes back and says, we don't have any of those assets. So suddenly, once you have a pristine inventory and you have knowledge of all of that, the request can be almost instantaneous, where it can analyze the data and say, before you even talk to anybody, this is what we can do, or this is the cost basis for how to go create the things that you want.
It's the understanding, the visualization, the data collection, the harnessing the underlying analytics that allow us to give customers not only the tools to be productive, but the measurements to judge how effective they are.
We will be end-to-end delivering some of these, tier one networks all the way to the endpoints without ever touching the ground, without ever coming back to a control center, and really providing both the speed, because we can launch something quicker, but price points that are much lower than the traditional, satellite type delivery solutions.
So you're now a far more informed individual when you're going into doing deals, which is not how people generally think about a media supply chain actually inverted and actually supporting the sales model. It's usually talked about from, if sales can do something, we'll fulfill it. So it really changes that.
We're able to do so much more with each individual piece of content as we move it through the supply chain, and satisfy so many more business use cases based on the technical foundation that we've been able to apply into the cloud.